Yo, what's up? Coming at you with a little pre-hurricane discussion, reflection, thoughts on the election, and the Twitter mobs, and the people, and the pundits, and the are you kidding me? Because I think everybody's looking at it a little wrong. First of all, you see, like, people on the left are like, we won. The crazies lost. We won. There was no red wave. Well, that's sort of true. If you thought there was going to be a big red wave when it's the Republicans and they do not know how to, do that, you would have been wrong. But it wouldn't have... If they're going to take the House. If they take the House, actually they won. Because you're in control of both... I'm not going to bother because, you either would understand it or you don't. And the problem is too many people, don't even understand what I'm saying there. But basically you have two chambers of Congress and you need to control both and the White House to really get anything done. So the only people who are going to wind up winning, because I'm pretty sure the Repubs are going to win the House back. And then you're going to find that the only winners is Wall Street because there's gridlock for 2 years. So whatever scams they have going now, they can rest assured nothing significant will get put through that will change the scam for the next 2 years. And so they're happy. No matter what it is, no matter how much money the country is losing, no matter how much you're just hemorrhaging cash, the big military industrial complex will somehow be able to take care of itself because they're not partisan. But I digress. So I don't see it was a huge win for the Democrats, but I don't see how it was a huge win for the Republicans either. It's pretty much what you would expect because, if it was that, then I'm not going to bother. But I do see some trouble on the horizon for actually the left because they're reasoning to themselves that they didn't get totally schlacked when they figured, they, a lot of things going against the party in power, right? But because of that, they're going to not course correct. They're going to get more woker. They're going to get more militant. And that's why it's the tent is getting smaller, actually. It's just you've got your hardcores, and even they get older and start to figure out, you're going to have to figure out something to offer beyond, Trump bad, really. But you reason to yourselves, you did pretty good this time. But how do you figure it? The most you can possibly pick up is 2 seats in the Senate for a 52-48 majority, when technically you have a majority. And then there's the House, which you have to keep. But I don't think you're going to keep it. Misa don't know if it's going to be how many seat differential, but I don't see Nancy remaining speaker for too much longer, actually. So how do you say that's a huge win? Then you got Biden out there. He's everybody's giving him the Pinocchios these days because he's making these comments that what, because of COVID? You're saying or gas prices went down $1.25, but they went up $3 first. So how do you really I don't know. It just seems when you're nah, is it red? I'll vote red. Is it blue? I'm gonna go blue. They don't care. It's just sectarianism, and it's really I don't know. But you see the reaction from the people dancing for joy, or they just want to shit talk, or not much is gonna change, but there will be gridlock because actually I think you did kind of lose. It wasn't a red wave per se, but I think they actually did what they needed to do to take the power away from the Democrats. So until they count those votes and tally up who the next House chamber is going to be, I don't know why they're high-fiving each other so much on the left there. Really, it's just, we didn't get totally blown out, yeah! That's not, like I said, there's plenty of reasons to vote. There were issues that are against the Republicans, but there are lots of issues against the Democrats, too. They had to gerrymander the one district to pry it away from, there's always the same shit. But if you really thought that if the Republicans took over the House and the Senate, that it's all over, it's gone. Even Bill Maher said that a democracy's going away if that happens, No, that's just the line of the losers when they have nothing else to go to, because that's not fair. In theory, actually, you had like the one side, I mean, because he's even propping up and naming like different countries that like if you don't like that, that's what's coming when the Republicans get in. But yet I can't help but notice, like, it seemed to me like the other party, your party, that wanted the power and never going to give it back and never going to lose another vote, between the removing of the filibuster after they used it so much against Trump, but conveniently now it's Jim Crow, to the packing of the Supreme Court, to the lots of getting rid of the Electoral College. They don't like it, but then they don't respect the House either. Watch for the next 2 years, they'll hate the House too, when that's the chamber that like is kind of like if there was no Electoral College, right? The Senate with 2 for each state is the one where like, why bother? But at any rate, yeah, I don't agree with that once. That's just like lazy. I mean, on the one hand, he's saying it's because of these woke crazies that we're going to lose the House. Well, there you have it. But then, oh, no. It's kind of like, it's none of that. That's just fear mongering. I didn't agree with that particular like take. But you're not going to lose the Senate. You're probably almost certainly going to lose the House. And nothing will happen. And the woke will get woker. And I think that doesn't bode. The problem is, Mr. Maher, they're not Democrat. You're a Democrat. The same way, like, you would point out for, like, you know, a lot of these Republicans are not like the people that will. So it is on your side, too. I'm unaffiliated, and I just look at it all, and they're all getting crazier, actually. They don't care. Is there a D next to the name? Check. Is there an R next to the name? Check. They don't care. But yet the positions of the parties, like, how can you call people who hate multiple points of view and everybody's allowed to say what they want and don't judge them or whatever, you know, liberal with speech? They're not liberal with speech. They're woke with speech. You can't say that, and you better vote for us and get back here and listen to just what I mean, it's like, and what they're doing in the children's minds seems a little stupid. So for all those reasons and more, I think they're setting up for, like, just wait until they can all vote when they're 18. They're not now, but, like, that's going to backfire because you're bothering them incessantly, telling them to just make sure that mask is on in class, but, like, a little too mean. I've seen some of the footage. I feel bad. Yes, there's lots of stuff, but I can't really see. It wasn't a red wave, that's for certain. But the Democrats, I mean, in order to win, you have to keep your seats. Which, last time I checked, like, don't speak too soon on that one, because that's just spin doctor stuff. I think you're going to lose, actually.